Hey AJ, going to do a quick recap of your initial lesson. We talked a little bit about, or we addressed this posture issue first. Wanted to get the butt of the grip a little bit closer to your belly button at address, and we're going to do that by getting the upper body, and I'll draw it with a blue line, get you standing just a little bit taller, and then getting the knees, which should get the knees a little bit more underneath the back of the armpit, just get you a little more in balance. And then from there, we talked about this takeaway, getting a little bit inside. And what that does, excuse me, is get you, I'm going to draw this at an extreme, but not real. Get you pretty level in the shoulders. Ideally, we want to see the chin at the top of the swing. Get that left shoulder a little more under. We'll get there. When you get level and you get inside in the takeaway, we'll get the ugly loop going the wrong way, where the hands go out in front of this top plane line right here. Get you a little steep. We looked at, whoops, sorry about that. We looked at face-on video. Sorry, I'm fighting with my mouse a little bit here. A sway line. This is a slide line, and then your shoulders, or I'm sorry, your spine. Talk to you about how we watch in your takeaway. The first thing that moves is that glove, the left glove. You can see the patch on the left hand moving first. That's the part. That's the start of getting that club slung inside. A little bit of sway. Circle it in red here. You do a good job staying centered. Then we got the loop. And a little throwy because we're steep. You said you really struggle with driver. Play to about a 10 handicap, but constantly, hitting recovery shots. So the goal with these lessons is to get you, one, more consistent off the tee, but a lot more consistent off the tee, and two, once we get you in play, let's start attacking some flags instead of, just hitting heroic recovery shots and, trying to make pars. Let's make some birdies. So this is our robot, our first move at the robot, or our first attempt at the robot swing. Got your posture a lot better. Taller here. So first things first, we're working on the takeaway so that we don't get that club slung inside. And what I want you to pay attention to, if I split screen this a little bit, let's put this guy over here. So if I scroll over here real quick, and I want to keep this pretty quick and simple in this first lesson, or this first recap, because I don't want to get you overloaded. We'll get you working on the takeaway first. So if we look at hands in the similar location, I see, or what I want you looking at, is these, your forearms almost being level, where I see much more angle here. That's going to help us create more angle at the top, or better shoulders at the top, and not so, and not so level. So let's see if that plays out. So not quite yet very level, but again, this is the first lesson. Next time I see you, I'm gonna take this takeaway a little more extreme to give you a different feel. So as I look at this takeaway, and as you're doing practice reps, if we draw a blue line here, I want you to think about it, I guess your takeaway this way. I want your hand staying inside that line, that blue line I just drew, and the club head staying outside that line. Okay, go back over here. So they stay low and inside. Actually, I'm missing a hinge more than anything now that I look at it. That club hinging up. So we went over into the hitting bay and we started talking about that hinge. The takeaway, club's not getting slung as far inside, getting the relationship between the two forearms working together. The idea of this green ball is to think about the club head going over that in the takeaway and then inside that in the downswing. And the first time we didn't get it. But you saw in your first video that we had that loop where the club went inside, if you watch my cursor, I'm sorry, inside, up to the top, and then down and around. So it's like a counterclockwise motion. So I want to try to create almost a clockwise idea. Reverse the loop completely. The idea of keeping the hands where they want to be, but not letting that club head get thrown inside with the wrists, get it hinged up. Love that. And notice the difference in the shoulders right now. So much better takeaway. A little bit steep in the downswing still. But again, first lesson. Money takeaway here. Just need a little transition work and we're going to be in a better place. So what I want you rehearsing is takeaway where I don't care if you put like a couch pillow or something in between your forearms, where you get the sense of, if you look down in the address position, want your hands and elbows and chest all moving together as you take the golf club away. I also want, as you're doing that, I want you, now not an extreme, but, or not to the extreme that I'm saying it, but I would like you, instead of getting this right arm low and slung inside, or which helps the golf club get slung inside, I want you thinking about maybe that right forearm, or the right forearm staying what feels like a little bit higher. And as I do that, as I'm talking right now, I feel my right shoulder getting higher, my left shoulder getting lower and going underneath my chin. So sometimes when people are told that they sling the golf club inside, or the club head inside in the takeaway, they start lifting or creating space between their arms and their chest in the takeaway. It's like separating the arms and chest. I don't want you doing that. I really want you focused on getting out of that nasty habit of the slinging the club backwards to start your golf swing. And I want you thinking more about the hands, forearms, and chest, that triangle, all working together, almost like you're starting the backswing with your stomach, your abdomen, turning away and get to the top. And again, maybe the feel of right forearm a little higher than left as you take the golf club away. But I think that's a good recap to start. Again, we're going to work to get rid of this inside steep and throw the face at it, and get rid of the lefts. Clean up your posture a little bit. Whoops, I'm sorry. But we got to get this takeaway and get this golf club to the top the right way in order to get this thing starting down how we want it starting down. But good first lesson. Look forward to working with you. Should be an exciting winter and spring, and get you in fairways off the tee and enjoying holding a driver a little more than you do right now. But good work.